I had 4 boyfriends before I found my husband. So in between that, meron ding mga flings, meron ding mga pseudo relationships, so a lot. But in those relationships that I had, I would always find myself saying that there's something wrong with this person. So ang feeling ko laging may mali sa kanila. But apparently, little did I know, sa akin pala may mali. I was so insecure that I found validation in having a boyfriend. I felt that if I have a partner, someone actually saw the beauty in me. But to be fair to myself, meron din namang mga pagkakamali yung mga past ko because I was always drawn to the wrong person also in a sense. Because I dated someone who was 10 years older than me, but apparently after 2 years in the relationship, I found out that this person was actually gay. There's also a guy who I became a sugar mommy to this person kasi nawalan siya ng trabaho. And I would give allowance, weekly allowance to this person. I also dated a married man. So I was always drawn to the wrong person. At the same time, because I was looking for validation, kahit ganun yung na-attract sa akin, just because this person would show attraction to me, I would quickly cling onto this person and hold on to him and make that person my boyfriend because I found validation in that. I knew somebody was probably right for me and he was out there. And at some point in my life, when I started my 2-year covenant, I wrote down my non-negotiables of what I wanted to find in a partner. So sinulat ko yun, but during my 2-year covenant, I parked it at the side and then I really focused on serving the Lord. At some point in that covenant, I felt that I was complete already because I had God. And I even came to that point that I said, siguro kung single blessedness ako for my whole life, I'm okay. As long as I have God, then I'm happy. But then after I realized that, at the end of my covenant, that's when the Lord brought the right person for me. I would always hear from people like, you would know that you know if that person is the right person. Sa akin before, parang it didn't make sense kasi parang you know that you know. But apparently, when I met my husband now, it felt that I knew. Because parang everything just fell into place. We had a big common ground. We were both serving in the feast. It was easier for us. Lagi kaming hindi nauubos ng pag-uusapan. Madali. Compared to my past relationships in the past na sobrang it took me a lot of hard work. Of course, relationships still take hard work. Pero now, with my husband, it feels like it's easier than the previous relationships that I had. For those who are still looking for the one person, I would like to suggest and recommend that you pursue the one, and that is God. Because I know that if you actually let go of the idea of yung talagang naghahabol ka dun sa one true love mo, pero pag nakita mo yung one true love mo kay Lord, it feels like everything will fall into place because at some point in your life, you will also be complete and probably the right person out there will also see that you're complete and will eventually pursue you and you'll find your one true love.